Then you save it as a PDF and you ping it off. It's all done. There's some information right at the bottom. You have to put in your name. Anything in red, you change to your information and you make it dark blue. Easy? Yeah. Much better than doing all this, isn't it? Yeah. But now you understand how we got to that. Yeah? Yeah. Are you sure? Yes. Excellent. Can you get me back on the slide deck, please, Rob?
Ash, can I just ask, in the figures you put like sort of maintenance costs in sort of the two columns. Isn't the left side making the agent look bad, and so they're not going to want to pass that on to the... No?
No, sometimes it depends on the contract that the agent has with the landlord. Sometimes they'll just have rent collect. Sometimes they'll have just tenant find. Sometimes they'll have rent collect and tenant find. Occasionally they'll have maintenance included with all three. But that's their premium product that they're trying to sell. Call it their, premium if you like, whatever you want to call it. So you see what I mean? We've never had a problem with agents saying, I'm going to lose my maintenance. Unless you're Foxtons, who charge you £400 to change a light bulb. Remember that? No? Don't remember that? It was in the news, so I can't clarify it. Exercise. Who wants to do an exercise? Yeah. Stand up, left, right, left. I'm joking. So what we need is, we have here the benefits to the landlord. And what I would like to do is, everyone take one of those. Everyone take one of those, please. You are going to have 10 minutes each. Please pair up with somebody. Except for me. And you can pair up with Paul, but he won't talk back. Now what you're going to do, one of you is going to be the landlord that has this perfect 6-bedroom property with 3 bathrooms. Woohoo! The other person is going to be the rent-to-renter. Yes? Yeah. The rent-to-renter, whoever you choose is going to be first, will try to convince the landlord to go with us. Yes? Yep. You can use the benefits in front of you to convince the landlord. If they ask you questions, what we call could be objections, you have an answer to most, if not all, on that sheet. Good? Yes. Bloody brilliant, if you ask me. I never had all of that. So, it is, who's pairing up? Find a pair, be a couple. Got a couple? Paired up? You have 10 minutes, go. Okay guys, back on. How was that?
Good. Good.
Who sold? Who got sold? Does it help you kind of put into action what you've learned so far? Yes. Yeah? Good. So there's more to come. We are at 16:52. We may go to about 6:15 today. Is that okay? Yes. Yeah. We don't have to go until 6:15. We can leave the bonus material if you want. Which is mainly around the serviced accommodation, and I want you to have that as well. All right. Now, I want to do a little bit more recognition for some people in the room who have not necessarily the most deals, not necessarily doing the best, but they have shown to me, and more importantly, to themselves that they can turn it around. Yes?
Yes.
Everyone's got a little bit of crap in their life, haven't they?
Yep.
Actually, everyone. But the ability to be able to shift that away and move in front of it and leave it behind is not always the easiest thing to do, is it? And it can be much harder if you have other people grabbing onto you, pulling you back. Yeah? Or you don't want to do that. No, you shouldn't do that, mate. You can't do that. Yeah? We've all got someone like that in our life, haven't we?
Yeah.
And I know that you can all identify that person or those people right now, can't you?
Yeah. Yes.
Think about who they are. Don't push them aside. But I suggest that maybe you don't tell them what you're doing. Unless you want to be demotivated. So that's the easiest way to handle people like that you may love for the rest of your life. Some of those people may be your parents. Now, one thing that I've learned recently is that because I've got 2 young kids, I don't try too hard, but I'm always wary and cautious that I'm limiting their beliefs or what it is that they do. So think about the time when you first got your limited beliefs pushed into you. Can you think back to that time? Was it when you were 2? You might not remember. 3, 5, 10 years old, 20? Can anyone think of when somebody pushed limiting beliefs onto them? Anyone? Be honest. I can remember. Anyone else remember? Come on, let's be honest. Yes, absolutely. You may have been too young to know any different. Some of the things that we have in our life have been drilled into us. And it's not easy sometimes to get out of those. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Good. Do you want to know how you get out of those?
Yes.
Would that be good?
Yes.
You want to know how I got out of those? Because I've had those drilled into me for many a year from friends and certain family members. I got up and I decided one day that I'm going to do my own thing. I had started that 13 years ago, which is when I was watching a TV show, laying on my couch in Australia, and it was England. And I thought to myself, I might give that a go. I switched channel. I saw New York. I might give that a go. I switched channel again and I was back into Australian stuff. It might have been Home and Away or something. I don't know. Might have been Neighbours. But it was Melbourne or Sydney. I had this craving inside of me to go and do something different. But people, friends and family were saying to me, oh, you don't want to do that. No, mate, go then, go. You'll be back in here, you won't get a job, go. See what I care. See the different psychology that people use on you. If you want that psychology to work, listen and follow what they say. Which one would you prefer? Live someone else's life or live yours? Yeah? Which one? Exactly. So why don't you start doing that today? Make that promise to yourself. Live your life. Live your life as you want to do. So when I got up, I tried to go to New York. No chance, mate. You're not going to get a green card. You're not even going to get a brown card. So I thought, no, we'll give that up. I couldn't get anyone to sponsor me, that type of thing. Then I thought Sydney, Melbourne. I said, no. It's too much of the same shit, just a different area and lots more people. So I decided on London. All my mates who I've known for years. No, mate, no, you can't. I'll go back in a year. So I got up and I had one suitcase. I booked my tickets, got my passport, all that. I had this one suitcase, probably the biggest suitcase you could get. I got to the airport. I had a limit of 30 kilos. I had to ditch loads of shoes and stuff because I was over. And I had to literally leave them there. Because nobody was going to change my mind to turn back. No chance. Think about Anna's story. Has Anna got the same mentality? No one's going to stop me. No chance. I landed here in London and I thought to myself, now where? Where do I go? So my grandparents live in Norfolk. But I didn't know the buses, I didn't know anything about England, how the transport works. So I got the National Express, or Death Express as it was known about then, because they were killing and crashing lots of people. So I got on there and I went to a little old town called Attleborough, and I got off there and I thought, right, now where? So I was looking for a bus, no, and I went to a phone box. I saw some different phone numbers in the phone box. 4 taxis. I phoned a taxi, didn't know how. I asked somebody in a shop to phone a taxi for me because I didn't have a mobile and didn't know how to do the numbers. Sure, turned up at my grandparents' house. My grandfather is very much, get off your ass and go and make something of yourself in the world. Hi, how you going? Oh, great, wow, oh, it's good to see you. And it was almost like, it's Wednesday. Wednesday's bath night. You can't stay here. It wasn't that bad, but it was a bit like that, right? They were surprised, but they weren't going to change their life for me. So my grandfather said, well, if you're staying here, you've got to get a job. So I said, okay, I'll get a job. I went into London. It was, remember the hottest day? It was like 38 degrees in London. Remember that? And I was on those tubes.
2003?
My trousers were sticking to me. I'm like, what's this? So it was. August 1st is when I landed. So I went in and I got inundated with job offers because my CV had loads of jobs that I did in Australia and I was quite good at them. It's just that I couldn't afford even like a suit or anything. I had to borrow one of my granddad's jackets. And he's like, I was like that. Went for an interview, got the job. I lived for 6 weeks on Asda soup. Anyone had Asda tin soup? They were 16p at the time. That much food, or nourishment, whatever you want to call it, that much liquid. I was a lot skinnier than I am now. So anyway, I know that there are other people in here who have had that same thing. I've had the privilege of seeing somebody turn their life around very quickly with help from myself, Immanuel, but more importantly, them. Without that person making that decision, what's going to happen? Nothing. So, he doesn't know he's getting this. That's 50-50 gone, isn't it? Jono. Whew. Do we like that? Is that contributing, giving back? He has given so much, and it's just good to see him. Now, somebody said to me, why have you got champagne in here? Maybe you should give that to me. And I said to him, you should never ask because you never know. Daniel.
Thanks.
Thanks for all your help.
Thank you.
Now, what we're going to do now is run through a couple of things before we have a break. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Good. Anyone?
Yeah.
Hands up. Good. Okay. Yep. Your hands up. Yep. Good. Let's see. Oh, sorry. I blacked it out. Need a bit of extra help?
Yeah. Yes.
So, a few of you asked me today about private mentorship. Yes? Sure, lucky I wasn't bullshitting. A lot of you here I'm already mentoring. Some of you, let's be honest, are doing bloody well. Unbelievable. Some of you are trying very hard, but you're not doing so well. Is that fair?
Yeah.
But we're getting there, aren't we? Because not everyone has the same ability, do they? No? Yes? And remember about how big your why is. Do you remember what Immanuel said? Maybe at the moment your why is just not quite big enough to help you get to success. Is that right?
Yes.
There are some of you here who have had a little, shall we call, virtual kick in the arse. Would that be fair to say? And it's turned around and you've got deals, yeah? I know that those people who are sitting here are looking at me thinking, don't say my name. Don't worry, I'm not going to mention names. You know who you are and that's enough. So I put together a special mentoring package. It's changed quite a bit. We are trying to improve it all the time with the limited time that we have, but we're trying to improve it. We now have other people that are going to be working with us to assist in the mentoring. Does that sound good? Yeah. Those who are already being mentored, you will get this extra assistance as well. Yeah. You all know Immanuel.
Yes.
What's his background? Property. What are we doing in the next couple of weeks? Serviced accommodation. Yes?
Yes.
Caroline you've already met. Yes?
Yes.
Remember Caroline? Who stood up? She also has several HMOs and a big property portfolio and JVs a lot with Immanuel. Is that good?
Yes.
Do you think her expertise could help you as well?
Yes.
I think so, because I'm learning off them as well. Yes?
Yes.
Excellent. So the students kept asking for constant support. This is what we had to put in. You get access to me. Now please, if I don't answer your call for a couple of hours, it might be because I'm out doing deals with other students. But my own SLA, what's an SLA? Service level agreement, or KPI, key performance indicator, is to get back to you within a maximum of 24 hours if I'm busy. Is there anyone here who thinks that I can't do that? You think I can't? You smart ass. I don't mentor you. Hey! Thank you for the birthday message. I do screen calls. They requested emails and direct access to me. So we have to deliver. I do this for the first 2 months. I can't do it forever. John, I've been working with for a year now. Do you still have access to me, John?
Yeah.
Do you get access to Immanuel?
Yes.
Do we ever say, no, John, you've got to pay more?
No.
Exactly. We keep it going because we want to help you if your why is big enough. Yes?
Yes.
We also have weekly webinars. You can just sign up for webinars if you want to do something like that. You get access to me and my team. Would you like to see the package? I can show you the Goya. Oh, come on. Now, someone give me a yes. Yes. Package is coming. So how much is realistic? What would you expect to pay? The average income that you can generate in the first 3 to 6 months? Yes? 3 deals on average at about 850. That's about where we are on average for the whole entire group. Some you've heard of 15, 16, what was Jimmy's, 1,800 quid? Some are lower, around the 600 mark. So they average out, but let's work on 850. Let's not try and go for the elephants just yet. But that would equate to £30,000 a year. Good? Yeah. Good money, isn't it? Even if you're working in a job. Yes? The only difference is this, you don't have to sit on a stinky tube with stinky people. Day in, day out, or a train, or sit in a car, or sit in services, wondering what the special is at Star.